Okay, guys, you should hear us with our dear Mr. Xemnon. We're here to lose some games against him, to learn something from him,
Sure.
and stuff like that. So, why did you start, first of all? Why Riftbound?
Why Riftbound? Good
Yeah.
question. Other games sucked. That's kind of it, really.
Okay.
That's the short answer. Long answer. After Magic, I wanted to try something else because I didn't
Yeah.
like the way Magic was going.
Mm-hmm.
Decided, you know what? Fuck it. We'll try some Digimon. Try Digimon.
Holy shit, okay.
Yeah, because one of the other people that I worked with, Enriquez, organized Digimon, so I thought, naturally, I'd just give it a go. Why not? I got nothing to lose, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Game looked interesting enough to try it for about a year. Then I realized what Bandai is doing to gamers, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Especially Europe. Europe gets fucked by Bandai.
So what's the main problem, for example, for you and Magic? Because some people who watch me are like still playing Magic and whatever, like Commander casually. It's really fine if you play it casual, like you're not trying to do anything.
If you're playing casually, if you're playing with with your friends, with whatever at a local store, you're not gonna see an issue at all. If you're trying to make it more competitively, trying to grind shit, trying to make it to the Pro Tour or something like that, that's when you're gonna see the issues come up.
Okay, so what are the main problems? What can you say?
It's super hard to make it anywhere or anything out of that. You have to try super hard, especially if you're in Europe, Eastern Europe, like we are.
Yeah.
It's tough. You have to pay some buku money, go to places, probably flop like shit. Magic has a very, now that I've tried other card games, Magic has a very archaic resource system in the lands, where most of the games you lose are going to be due to lands. Most
skill
of the games
expression,
right?
Yeah.
It's not as much. When some games, for example, Flesh and Blood, have took it this far to make it to actually prove to the German government that it's actually a game of skill, so that they can actually have cash prize money.
The cards were, so if you viewers don't know, the Flesh and Blood, where you play cards from hand and they both can be used as resources and playable cards, right?
I think so. I don't know. I never played that game.
But I know that there's a difference on the card. You can use it both as energy and to play the card, something like that, more or less.
Something along those lines. Lorcana has a very similar thing as well.
Okay.
A very old game from back in the day, Duel Masters used to do the same fucking thing as well.
With the shield cards, right? The Duel Masters ones.
Yeah.
Really.
And actually, way back when, World of Warcraft TCG did the exact same thing as well.
Okay, so you think the main problem is the resource system, that like drawing lands is too outdated in your opinion?
Yeah, it just prevents games from actually being games a lot of the times.
Is Riftbound doing it okay in your opinion, or you would change something with the rune deck or whatever with it being outside the game?
Riftbound, the only change I would do is the first player doesn't draw a card.
Yeah,
Other than
why?
that, I think because the first player is way too advantaged. There's way too much pros that the first player gets.
So you always want to go first, right? There's no doubt.
Absolutely. You just get way too much of a resource advantage doing that. It's kind of insane.
Okay. So you learned about Riftbound. What then?
Yeah, I was participating in the local store playing Digimon events, and I was like, hey, are we gonna do Riftbound? They're like, I don't know, maybe. I was like, well, I can organize shit and we can do Riftbound. And well, now we're doing Riftbound. Sure, the store closed and I had to take over. But yeah, we're doing Riftbound. I don't know. Riftbound seems good. Still have to leave my old yee ass fucking ancient mentality sometimes, where people go like, oh yes, I'm gonna go to this regional to make money. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you? And no, you can actually do that now. That's a legal move. That's not some unethical voodoo bullshit.
Looking back, do you still not regret it? Because as I already know, there were a lot of like hurdles or whatever you need to overcome. Is it worth it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm literally in the phase right now where I'm still in growing pains, and I'm still sort of have a lot of issues where if I had started, 2 years ago or something like that, I would not have those issues. But I'm fine. I'll power through this shit. The community is supportive. The community is great. Not only in Vilnius, in general in Lithuania, and in general throughout all Europe, honestly. People have been quite supportive and so on, and actually warm welcoming. So I'm fine with that. I'll take an L here, there, and everywhere. I won't take. The only way to not take any L's is not do anything, and
Yeah.
I'd rather do something.
So few questions, if you don't mind, about the organizing part. Okay, if you don't want to say it on stream, it's fine.
No, go on.
You cannot answer. So the main problem, the same that had Konas, that had you in some, that you had in some time. Sorry. The new people who come, they're like, oh, old people are playing whatever the locked in decks or whatever, we won't come anymore. But now you more or less resolved it, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what was the process behind it, more or less?
Sure. I mean, it's still not how to put it. It's still not
Resolved, right?
it's not. It's never gonna be resolved. Let's be fair.
Of course.
It's not an issue that fucking let's end racism type shit. No.
Hope it's gone.
Yeah, and it's done. We fixed racism. But no, it's always new players are gonna feel bad coming into a new TCG because all these old players have so much experience playing old TCGs. I'm new to the card game. It's gonna be tough, and it's gonna be tough. Some skills are transferable from one TCG to the other, so some people already have a pretty good head start. And obviously TCG is a very wide thing as per se. You can play a TCG just locally on a kitchen table with your friends, having a good time, doing whatever on the side, drinking, whatever.
Yeah.
Or you can go full on competitive mode and play. There's no correct way to play it. There's no wrong way to play it. So everyone does whatever they want to do with that TCG. It's the problem when a store has to facilitate technically as many people as they can.
Yeah.
So obviously not everyone's going to be happy.
And still get revenue at the same time. Yeah, sorry.
Exactly. You can't make everyone happy and then you make money so you're happy and then everyone, gets whatever they fucking want and their wishes come true, and it's not gonna happen.
So you don't try to cater to neither side, neither the old players or new players. You try to find the middle ground, or what do you do?
Yeah, you either try to find the middle ground or you try to cater to both at different times. I selected a bit of both. For example, all my Nexus Knights have a very casual focused pricing.
Yeah.
So the main purpose of those Nexus Knights is for you to come out, play with some random people you've never met for like 3 or 4 rounds, have a good time. If you win, great. If you didn't, oh well, you still get your money's worth. You get a pack, you get a Nexus pack just for showing up and saying hi. And then for skirmish events, those are a bit more top focused. That's where you need to try your best, try your harder, think about making a better deck and actually try and care about winning. But obviously, naturally, since most of the Nexus Nights are happening with a lot of the casual players and people that are just having a good time, some of those are gonna naturally go, I'm gonna try my hand at skirmish, and that's perfectly fine. I respect that. I'm not gonna say no, don't do that. Nah, just fuck it.
But it's literally, I don't know. Sorry again. It's literally massive improvement. Like the first skirmishes, we had in Konas with all those disputes about fucking prizes or whatever. I don't want to even talk about it. And the skirmish of Danauso, when it was actually good, right, in the library, but only Alex, I think, and the banana guy came.
Yeah.
With all those, it was really official, whatever. Now you come. I mean, you still keep the organized thing up, but it was really chill environment. Dude's playing at the last table. He's like, "Fuck, bro. I know I spend the money. It's fine." It's fine. So do you try to bolster that mentality, or it just comes from people with, I don't know, with bigger income or whatever the fuck? Does it have to do with anything or not really? Because what people think about Vilnius, for example, from Kaunas, oh my fucking god, dude, I miss Channel Rune. There's like, okay, man, you go in prison, the North Korea for that or whatever. People will literally, of course, on some level, if you do a misplay or whatever, opponent is free to say, no, man, it's already gone, or you missed, or whatever. But it's on your opponent, and still, I had no such moments like that. So what do you think? What's the key to success on these events, like bigger skirmishes or whatever? Since they're priced higher, and like we 3 people came from Kaunas and still would have a good time. So what's the secret sauce in your opinion?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you meant. The good time is the secret sauce. You can come back with 5, you can go to an event, pay €10, come back with 5 packs. You got good value. But if the event felt miserable, if the accommodations were shit, if the fucking 17 chairs broke or some shit, you're gonna have some good memories, but you're not gonna have a good time.
And you will need
You're
a
gonna have a
diet,
fucking-
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad beat story or some shit,
Yeah.
and that's it. I would rather people have a good time playing.
Yeah.
Sure that you don't allow major takesies, backsies. You don't.
Yeah, yeah,
You
mhm.
just do the sort of humane shit. That's it. As long as everyone understands what's happening, as long
Yeah.
as there's no fucking bullshit happening, it's all fine and dandy. It's the good times that count.
Is it hard? I'll drop the subject real fast. I just want to get, because I see a
No,
lot
no.
of people from Vilnius already watching. From their names, they look kind of Lithuanian. Is it hard to translate these messages to community? Like I see a lot of times you go in the chat with someone, you chat for 20 hours and use like 6, 7, man, I don't fucking care or whatever. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but is it hard to transfer some of the messages? Like, hey guys, we need some cash too. Like, we need to work or whatever. Because like in the beginning, if I remember correctly, there were a lot of people like, oh, we don't want to come because same people like fucking us over. But that subject already passed when the Riftbound was like really, really expensive, right? Fucking,
Yep.
I know, time warps, everything costed a lot. Now it dropped.
Yep.
Do you think it helped the overall health of the game, or no, the prices of the singles and whatever, like for your own community, or you guys didn't
yeah.
really care that much?
No. The prices definitely help. The prices literally, I can easily pinpoint a spike in player activity because we previously used to have like 10, 15 players showing
Yeah.
up to Nexus nights. As soon as the price dropped from 10 to 5 euros, it's fucking going up to 23 people showing up to Nexus nights.
Okay.
The
And what
price
about
definitely
the
matters.
card price overall?
Yeah,
Yeah.
card availability automatically matters as well. Because back in the day, cards were super expensive because Origins was super hard to get.
Yeah.
So everything fucking from Origins costed 2 lungs and a fucking leg. So
If not 3, yes.
So naturally people would go, oh yeah, I want to build this deck, but I need Kaisers. I guess
don't
I
worry
just won't
about
play.
it.
Yeah, I guess I just won't play then. Fuck it, that sort of shit. Now people go like, I need this. Yeah, fuck, I'll cut this corner. I'll trade some of this shit for
Yeah.
that. Oh, that's a 20 euro card. Yeah, sure, fuck it, why not? That type shit. It allows people to play what they want to play a lot more than, being restricted by budgets.
Okay. Do you do any extra steps for the vibe? Like, do you try to make anything? Are you trying to force some fake, like, reactions, emotions, or whatever,
No.
or you just sit there and chill?
No, I do nothing. It's literally the community.
It's up to them, right?
Yeah, I put a lot of the decision making mostly in their hands.
Yeah.
I fuck up. Sometimes distributors fuck up. All the random shit happens. It's just the name of the game, so to say. And most of the time, I'm like, okay, we're faced with some sort of decision. What do we do, lads? And then we make a vote. We have a discussion. We find a solution, and we move on.
Are you
It's
happy
more of
with-
a
yeah.
community effort.
Are you
Yeah,
happy with the communication with them back and forth? Everything's okay, or
yeah.
there are still things that you need to iron
Oh,
out
yeah.
or whatever?
As far as the community is doing, I could not ask for a better job. They
Okay.
literally tell me when shit goes wrong. They tell me when shit goes right. I'm happy with that. Obviously, maybe there's some shit that they don't want to tell me that goes wrong. That's perfectly up to them. They don't want to look like villains or some shit. I get
Okay.
it. That's perfectly fine. As long as that bad feedback somehow reaches me, so we can improve all together,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Okay. So, on the same subject, should I ask, where's the Flash meme? What's about the Flash thing, or no?
Yeah. The flashes are in my fucking personal bank vault. None of you motherfuckers are getting any. Type shit.
Okay. So finishing about, so overall, you're doing great, I think. The situation is good, but are you happy yourself? Like with what's happening?
As far as this, as everything that I can do that is within my control,
Yeah.
I think I've done to the best of my ability. There's certain things that I want to change, but they're not in my control. So, for example, I would like to have more tables available, but there's a whole fucking neighbor hallway type drama thing that's happening, and I don't want to poke the bear, so to say. I don't want to start on any unnecessary drama there. Obviously, supply issue, but technically we're still registered as a new store, so that's only a matter of time when that gets better.
What's the time
it's-
window, more or less, if you could say? Like, what do you
For
expect
what?
to be upgraded to? I don't know, whatever, not new store, whatever, to get more
I don't know.
resources.
I literally have no idea how long it'll take. We
Okay.
got what 18 boxes for this set. We'll see how much we get for the next one.
But the main
I
focus is
already
probably, sorry, the main focus is probably still the pre-release kits, right? Because it's the
yeah.
most hype thing.
Yeah, but those were a one-time thing of us getting fucked over, kind of.
Yeah.
That was literally just a timing thing, so that the documentation took a bit too long to reach
Yeah.
the distributor. Now that they already are aware of us, the UVS sends them our numbers they're gonna have. I would expect everything to go well. You know, fingers crossed. I'm already learned my mistake of opening pre-orders too early and getting burnt by that.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing any pre-orders until I have concrete numbers anymore.
Okay, I think that's fair. So, of course, we spoke about good things. Let's try to talk about some negatives. Robert, as when we're gonna talk about for the fucking game. Shut the fuck. Okay, so competition, right? In Kaunas, there are two shops. They're not competing as far as possible. They have well, competing. They always competing, right? The tribalism will never disappear.
Yeah.
But there is one shop who's doing a shop, doing events at one time. The other one is doing at the other times. Everything's okay. You choose. Now, what's the story with the Stalo žaidimai? What's happening there? Because there were a lot of changes. We talked about some of the stream. I don't want to talk about them on stream, of course. But now they do Riftbound. Of course, they try to do. I know that some probably of your guys also organizing it,
Yeah.
or what's happening there. They don't want to take care of it themselves. What's the situation,
Yeah.
if you can share?
As far as I know, their policy is we don't organize. They do the posting, they do the prizes, they collect the money. They don't want to do any of the, rally people, communicate.
So you do all the hard work with chill, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We provide the boosters, the promos. You give the money, and then you do the promoting of it. It's a model that works for them. That's fine. I'm not gonna critique on that. Everyone has their own way of doing things.
Do you try to reach out or whatever? Try to communicate?
I did. They didn't communicate with me at all, pretty much. I communicated with them in the Origins days of trying to get more packs. Failed, but that's fine. I had like 1% best odds, of fucking getting anything.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I wasn't surprised on that. But no, we had some communication back and forth when it came on what days do we want to organize events, so that there's no clashing. Because if there's clashing, like two stores are doing the same event at the same day.
In a
what's the
small
point of
country, in
fucking doing
small
that?
city.
Yeah,
Well, the
we're
city's
just,
not small,
we're just
but yeah.
fucking each other and no one really wins. Why not win both and just do it on different days?
So you're just doing your thing for now.
Yeah.
Okay. One more thing in the organization side or whatever. Do you think that like community? Well, I see you're trying 2 versus 2 or whatever. Like the guys are trying themselves.
Yeah.
Are you supporting this, or people just should go in one fucking route, play like standard or play commander, so it wouldn't split
Do
too much or
whatever.
whatever?
Try, explore. You
Yeah.
know, if you're gonna, it's the same sort of approach that people have in life. If you're just gonna do one thing over and over and not gonna explore what's happening in the world, you're just gonna be like miserable later on because you don't know what the other side of the door looks like, right? So just try things. I tried it. Wasn't for me, but I tried it. I can see how it appeals to some. I can see how, for example, Commander players that don't like the Magic the Gathering gameplay anymore, or don't like Universes Beyond, can literally swap to 2v2s or free-for-alls in Riftbound. It's literally an easy swap. You just learn the rules pretty much.
Yeah.
And they can do the exact same thing with, store support. I, as a storekeeper, organizer, whatever, I support the 2v2 people. I literally have sort of a rule, so to say, where if someone wants to organize something, dude, I'll give you my blessing. I'll help out as much as I can, and you just do you. We had a few newbie events happening. I didn't organize them because I didn't want the extra hassle. I helped in any way that I possibly can. Help out the organizers, bit with promotion, maybe with product.
Yeah.
Whatever, in whatever shape or way I can. Because one way or another, I don't think people should not get rewarded for the job they do.
Yeah.
Somehow they need to have a pat on the back of some sort, whether it's a physical, emotional, or whatever.
Yeah.
If I can help out somehow physically, I'll help physically. If somehow in other words, then in other words. But I'll try to help out. but I want people to do their own thing in Wargamer as well, so that way it's more of a community thing rather than fucking monarchy or some shit.
Good lies, man. Good lies.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a human being yourself,
Yeah.
what do you think about the game? Do you still love it?
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it a lot. I wish I had more free time because all the store shit, and now I started a new job about a month ago.
Oof.
Yeah, all of this thing is a bit like overloading. So I wish I could just sit and test a bit more and play around a bit more. But from I'm not burning out. I'm far from burning out on Riftbound.
Yeah.
So I'm so far still enjoying in my honeymoon sort of phase where everything seems good.
Yeah.
Sure, there's issues, but every game's gonna have its issues. But those issues are so fucking minor. Everyone, for example, is complaining, oh, Aurora this, Aurora that, Aurora this, Aurora that.
Fucking
Aurora who?
Rengar technology in
Yeah,
finals,
yeah.
brother. Sure.
Yeah, good old fucking one drop for one energy.
Savannah
Top four.
Lion. No,
Yeah,
Savannah was
top-
2-1. Yeah, sorry.
Savannah, yeah, Savannah. This was literally just a random goblin with no text on it. Just fucking could have won the finals, lost due to misplay. Feels bad, man. Like, dude, we have a crazy ass type shit happening, and I'm all for it. The best uprising is probably the best idea I've seen in general.
How to
coming from the
resolve and
console.
motivate people like to play fucking Garants or whatever.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
You bring out your mono pink unicorns in Magic, you're gonna get laughed at. You bring out your mono pink fucking Jin in this, oh, you're gonna get applauded.
You're gonna get cash. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So what's this game in your book? Do you think each set you change the deck, you play meta, you go to regional qualifiers, whatever you grind? Like, will it get stale if you play locally? If I'm a new player, for example, and I'm asking you, how should I map my, I don't know, expectations in this game? What would you say?
It's a matter of you. There's no one path to tread in this game. It's literally what you want out of this experience. Do you want to have a good time, meet some new people, have a good time, then play locally, do whatever it is that you enjoy rather than what the meta is or whatever? Sure, if you want to start a bit more winning, then yeah, maybe, you know, improve on the decks, try to pay attention to what's happening around in the meta game. Not necessarily play the meta decks, but just be aware of what the meta is and and how to play around it, what's the play patterns and so on. If you want to compete, yeah, regional qualifiers, skirmishes, all that good stuff is probably for you. It's one of those things, just similar like in Magic, the more competitive you want to do, the more you realize you don't really need the local store scene. That's not, if you want to go full competitive, you never need to really show up to the local fucking stores unless it's for like skirmishes. Because Nexus Knights is technically just minus EV because you'll be playing against casual players. You'll be better off using that time testing against, you know, strong fucking pro grinder type dudes. Rather than, you know, local Johnny boy who wants to sling his fucking rumble deck around type things. It really depends on the person. There's no one really good way to do it.
Yeah.
And everyone should do their own thing and get the most out of it.
Okay, for example, I'm a new player. The general question, I don't know if it's asked, but it's probably asked in Vilnius too. Hey man, just started, no product. What do I do? What's the play?
Ask in Discord for someone to borrow a deck. Look at a few videos, learn the basic rules of how the game works.
Yeah.
So that you don't come to the local store and we need to invest an hour into you just to explain everything.
Yeah.
But as long as you understand how the game works, what the mechanics are, how to score a point, how combat works, at least the basics of it. Other than that, right in the Discord, someone, me or anyone else will be happy to lend you a deck because you're just a new person.
Yeah.
And we'll get you going. Just for showing up, you're gonna get you're gonna get a pack or two. You're gonna get, you know, some cards to start off your collection or start off your first deck. You start off playing with the lender deck, you might have a good time, might have a bad one, but at least you understand what works for you, what doesn't. You'll get, you know, some practice behind the theory, and then you work from there. If you want to invest more, you can invest more. If you're still not sure, you know, lend another deck, get another deck from someone else. Try out different things, see what clicks, see what doesn't, and then work from there. It's not one of those hobbies that you're required to, invest $2,000 before you understand how this even fucking works, you know? You don't need to buy your 16 fucking sets of golf clubs to start your first one.
And do they ever ask like for the starter decks or whatever? Like, what's your general opinion about that? What do you think?
No. We do have those starter decks from like Origins that were given out, the first 4 decks or some shit. Where Victor was insanely overpowered. And Yasuo felt like shit. But no one really uses those as per se.
Okay.
I just have a few decks oftentimes built, and I just lend one out just in case.
Just pre-built ones. Okay.
Yeah. Just like a random aggro Darius list or some other type of things where the decks themselves have some play in it. They're not bad. It's just that they're mechanically simple.
Okay, to grasp the general thing of the game, right?
Yeah, where it's just fundamentals that matter, not like some complicated Ezreal, Fizz, Arcane Shift, looping type shit, you know?
Okay. What is a good time to join this game? What do you think?
Yesterday.
Too late, fuck, I gotta quit.
Yeah. Best time to play Riftbound was yesterday, the second best time is now.
I'm a new player. I started recently. Like, I have the one who like calls me the coach, the North Korean guy, if you remember. He luckily escaped the country, so we're getting into the situation where he just started. He pulled on Preli's kid the what's the 8 mana Vilmo, right? The ambush, big motherfucker. So he got Vilmo. Then he's like opening a booster. He won. I said, brother, don't worry about another Vilmo. He gets another Vilmo. I say, hey man, want to go to skirmish? We will build you a deck. Sure, man, let's go. We ride the train. What is this North Korea lore here? Don't worry about it, Casanova. So we ride the train. I'm like, hey man, want to go to because Jonas is going to Utrecht. And probably a lot of guys from Vilnius are going to, or not really because of the prices.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us going.
Okay, but it kind of hurts the wallet, no? More or less.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it. Back in our Magic the Gathering, yee ass older days, we used to go like, oh yeah, it's gonna cost us like 600 euro to get there for the B&B and whatnot. I guess that's just 600, minus. Now with Riftbound, you can go. Maybe I'll get a metal card, sell it, actually make a profit out of that shit. So it's the price is, it bites. But it doesn't really hurt that much. Yeah. It's the sort of kinky type of bite where it's like, ooh, okay.
Speaking,
you're giving me more pepper to my fucking bite. I see. All right, and then you get a kick to get some fucking metal cards and get that money back somehow,
Speaking honestly, like if you can, of course, and if you want, obviously, would you go there as a new person and try to keep the price for yourself, or you would instantly try to resell it to get some value back or whatever? For example, dude goes and I don't know how the event on Friday is called. Can you tell me?
Pre-regional qualifier.
Yeah, you would. It's the most like try-harding, as you told me.
Yeah.
And whatever. So people are playing for Aria or whatever. For example, let's say you win the Aria, you get the Aria as a new player. Sell it and invest more in the game, or keep it for yourself as a trophy. What do you think? What's your train of thought?
My train of thought is whatever your financial situation is. If you have enough money to be comfortable in life, if you have enough money to be comfortable on life, sit on it. Because as soon as set 4 hits, Ari goes bye-bye. There's no more Ari played at Legends. So that population of those cards is going to be limited, and that's the same for every set 1 Improving Grounds Legend.
The price will be whatever people say, right? Sorry.
Exactly. The price will be whatever the buyer is paying. And since the population of those cards is just not increasing after set 4, it's not likely that the price is going to go down. I very heavily doubt that, Riftbound did announce that they're doing all those small local tournaments that they're going to give out metal cards in as well. So maybe more of them will start existing. Yeah. But I don't think they're going to go back and give, in set 8, we're going to give out set 1 Legends. I don't think that's going to happen. So they're sort of a safe investment. It's just that it's going to take a long time for you to, actually get money profitable from it. One way or another, the fact that you farmed enough side events to get a metal card, you're probably making money off of that already.
Yeah. Just before asking, just in case I'm asking, do you still have more time? Because I have 2 more questions and we can go into the game.
No, I have as much time until my girlfriend comes back and whips my ass.
Hey guys, we're not live streaming that here. Go to Domantas Kick profile for that.
No, that's on my OnlyFans.
Okay. Organizement of the regional qualifier. Good, bad,
Yep.
your thoughts.
A good.
All the things about the 8 people grinding the metal cards, whatever you have to say in that subject.
Yeah. I would give it a good 6 or 7. Ha ha ha. Meme out of 10. There's a lot of good things in it, especially for those that are coming from like a big TCG experience with big events. They know that this shit can go bad really easy, real quick. So there's a lot of places where they didn't go wrong and it went really well, surprisingly. Some places, for example, judge experience and knowledge in general. Also the ticket sort of selling, dealing type shit. That definitely needs a rework or look into.
You
from
don't
the
like it,
organizers.
right?
No, I'm not a big fan. But at the same time, I know that a lot of money is being flung around to get those prize medal cards and type the sorts.
Yeah.
So that let me put it this way: it looks very impressive on their Instagram or Twitter or wherever they post those fucking pictures of 17 metal cards just lying about.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, they probably spent like a good 10,000 euro just to get those cards because they bought a lot of tickets, they bought a lot of people to drop from events and so on. So it's not all easy money, easy profit, and it's like groups of 20 people working for that shit. It's not three
So
or
they
four
literally,
guys.
sorry. So you literally go there to work, right? The event
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not event.
They-
You go to like a day job, right?
Exactly. Like, do you think you enjoy taking a weekend off, traveling somewhere, and instead of exploring and having a good time, just literally working for like 12 hours for 3 days on a weekend, and then having to go back and do your regular job? I'm not that kind of guy. But to some, I guess that's big pro, big plus. Hey, you do you, boo boo. But to me, that's not it. I think there's definitely some safeguards that can be made. Make specific events to get those metal cards or something, so it prevents from that happening. But I don't know.
Okay. Probably the last one before we can focus on the game. Sorry for the Inquisition.
No.
Armenian Inquisition. So, are you hyped for the Worlds when the big event will come after all
Oh
these
yeah,
qualifiers?
I'm hyped for regionals first of all because I have the qualification for that, but I don't know what the fuck it is.
You're qualified for what? Hey man, you'll figure it
Yes.
out. Don't worry about it.
You have a qualification to regionals. Where is that, and how is it gonna look like? Yes.
So there's
That's it. That's all I know. That's literally it.
okay. So nothing.
Well, there go.
For
My
your
girlfriend said that.
oh, she'll
Yeah,
be back in
that's
2
my
hours.
girlfriend, yeah.
We're good. We're good. We're
good.
good. God bless.
I got
Funny
the green
yellow.
light.
You're funny yellow. You're not yellow. You're green. You're green
Yep.
flag.
She's the greenest flag of them all. She's the one, boys. She's the one.
Is it hype? Or is like you will go there and everyone will be fucking not even locked in, they will be locked out. They'll watch your every move, you will fucking shiver from stress or whatever. Do you think it will be tough overall?
Oh, it will be tough competition-wise because it's tough to get into that
Yeah.
for starters. But I'll be trying my best. I'll probably take more time off rather than the day before and just travel and that's it. Because I literally just take Thursday, Friday, Monday off for traveling and the event itself. Other than that, for the regional, I'll probably take a week or two off, grind a bit more hardcore, try not to burn out, and trying to find a deck rather than I'm just playing what I enjoy and then be miserable or not be miserable, whatever it happens,
How do you choose a deck? I'm a new player and I'm just fucking, I don't know, looking at the meta decks or whatever. How do you choose deck? Do you still go with your preference or do you see
Yeah.
this? Yeah?
Yeah, for regional qualifiers, especially for the big events, it pays you a lot more to play something you enjoy rather than what you think is good. Because not only
Okay.
best of cards are a thing, it's just fatigue. You're gonna be playing 8 or 7 rounds of Riftbound.
Mental and
Those
both
ga-
physical,
those,
right? Fatigue,
yeah, those games take a long time. And if you play something that is not really known but you like a lot, that is a bit wacky, you can find so many angles where you can just dominate your opponents where they don't know what to expect. when people, sleeve up something like a Darius, you can expect 17 billion things from that deck, and you're never gonna play around
The
everything.
surprise factor, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I
it
have a
works
question.
really well.
Yeah, finish if you want. I'll have an interesting
No,
question.
no, that's kind of it, really.
Okay, so we had a talk with one of my friends. She's a female playing Riftbound, and that's already maybe a mistake. I don't know, because I'm a big sexist, but I can't say it on stream.
Funny Yellow can confirm or deny that.
So, the deck list being revealed at top 8, yes or no?
I'd say I don't really care.
Okay.
Either yes or no, it doesn't matter.
You think it doesn't impact, right?
I don't think it impacts quite a lot. It gives you some knowledge to work with, and you can allow another layer of, oh, I know that you're bringing in this, so I'll bring in this type shit. But then again, I fail to understand how the sex of the player revolves in this question as well, because it started off with, I'm a female player.
No, I talked with a female player because my first impression it was really unfair for the people who are trying like surprise whatever Rengars or the Annie. I know, thank you, Annie or the Rengar or whatever. When Prismaticism, I don't remember when, but he got the surprise Annie whatever with a lot of combat tricks into the tournament. So it looked like it's really unfair that opponent can see what's happening in his deck, and maybe one of the points why he even got to top 10 was the surprise factor. What do you think about it? Or think it's still irrelevant?
Yeah, the surprise factor is still going to be there. You might see the list, but you cannot really see the patterns where the player has already experienced and knows, I can play around this, and if he does that, you can't really play around it.
Yeah.
You're not going to know how and what to expect. All the intricacies with Rengar and star-crossed with Rengar now making some stupid bullshit as well.
Like, just seeing the cards won't help you, right?
Yeah. You can have a base theory knowledge, but you don't have the practice behind it, which is more important, arguably.
Okay. I swear to God, on my sexism, last question. Yeah. Top 6 cheating with that. What was the card? No, not on guard. What was that card?
Discipline?
In Discipline, in 6th round. What do you think? Dude is literally on Spotlight and he cheats. What's your opinion?
I don't know.
Like he was 5-0 and he's on stream and he's trying to cheat. Why?
Habitual cheating? I don't know.
I guess. But what the fuck?
I would. There's some that would understand cheating, when there's high stakes involved.
Yeah.
Or just some type shit, maybe just the person's in some sort of a dark, deep, black emotion state or whatever.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really even care. So maybe there's an element of that. But there's always the fact of you're a habitual cheater. You don't care you're on camera or not. Instincts kicked over.
Okay. So, tell me about the game. How do you see the game? How do you play the game? How do you choose the decks and whatever? So I see you're playing Diana. So how do you rotate the decks? Like how it changed throughout the years? Tell me a bit about yourself, so people on the stream who already know you would understand you more.
Sure. So hi, I'm Domantas. Riftbound is really speed and tempo focused. In a lot of TCGs, you can get board wiped and recover quite easily. A board wipe is not like the end of all days.
Yeah.
In Riftbound, it's very important, and if you're behind, you are actually behind. For a good example, for those who played Magic, if you are on 1 HP and your opponent is on 80, that doesn't mean he's winning.
Mm-hmm.
In Riftbound, if your opponent is on 6 points and you're on 0, it does mean he's winning. It does mean you're losing. You need to do something about it. There's a very important rule. Ohio, Vidma. There's a very important rule in Riftbound, and it's the rule of twos. So every
2, 4, 6, 8, right?
Yeah, the point threshold of 2, always being 2 points or 4 points or 6 points, whatever even number away from winning is important.
Stupid question. Sorry, stupid question.
No.
What is the train of thought in your head when you go for the 3, 5, or 7? Like whether you're forced to do it or you You literally don't.
I don't. Yeah, I'd rather stay back, recover, build. build up a better chance of doing something, or use my resources to stop my opponent from scoring.
Literally almost never.
It doesn't matter as much. The only
Okay.
matchups where it can matter are like Aurora, where you have to do something, otherwise you know you lose the late game. Other than that, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, I didn't see it that way. But for example, if you go to late game where both are like at 6, are you trying to get the 7th, or are you just chilling until you can win on one turn?
You can get the seventh one because it
Yeah.
allows the other ones to be drawing a card instead.
Yeah.
So that's another layer on top. But other than that, if you're like on 2 points, if you go to 3, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
It's still in the perfect world scenario. It will require you to have the same amount of turns to win that game. Whether
So you
did that well or
prefer?
not.
Mhm.
Yeah. The only thing that you do is allow your units to be destroyed.
So you value cards more than points, of
Yep.
course.
Yep.
Okay, but please continue. So the point system, yeah, it's always
Yep.
always about even points.
It's always about even points. In Riftbound, it's a lot harder to get back into a game if your board gets destroyed, just because it'll take a turn for you to play those units back, and then another turn to do something about them. Obviously, accelerate is a thing. Obviously, ambush is a thing. But the sort of rule of thumb rule is try to do it in points of 2. Try to not make your units very vulnerable as much as you can. If you do have to make them vulnerable, know how to play around certain issues or threats that your opponent can present to kill those units and put you back 17 years back into the fucking Stone Age or some shit.
Okay. So if they board wipe in this game, you're more or less cooked, right? Instead of trying to recover, you need to prepare for that.
It's tough. If your opponent has units and you don't, you are very behind. So if it's just an equal board wipe and none of you have anything,
It's fine,
sort
right?
of yeah, it's okay, but you still don't
Okay-ish.
want to be in that
Mhm.
position. Yeah. It's not great. It's not something you want to tell your mom about.
Mom, bring the camera. No, wait. Okay.
No,
okay.
not now, mom. Bad
Okay.
headache.
What else? Like, how do you see the game overall? What you try to build? How do you try to play or whatever? Of course, there are maybe some secret technologies you don't want to share about it, but it's good to hear.
There's no secret technologies, really. You just kind of have to have a good plan yourself, a plan of what you and your deck wants to be doing.
Yeah.
And then obviously a plan of what do you do against certain matchups, certain decks that your opponent can play.
Okay.
If
So.
you don't
Mhm.
like, but the main priority still and always will be is what is the deck of your plan. Well, what is the plan of your deck? Sorry.
Yeah. I had this talk when we were in Lille with Alex, the top 8 Irelia guy, and he said, oh, I'm playing the deck, right? And I'm, of course, playing 3 turns ahead of my opponent, what would be the best plays or whatever. Are you going that extra mile or not really?
I want to see what my opponent can do next turn. That'll be the worst thing for me and sort of avoid that.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to go 3 turns. That's
I
way
mean,
too
yeah.
many variables. You can't fucking play around.
Getting a
from there-
stroke,
from-
right?
Yeah. From an Aurelia player getting a herder into Ride the Wind, drawing 15 cards, doing fucking 3 donuts, burnouts with his car around you. You can't play around that. Like, if you can, congratulations, you're a superior human being to me.
I
cannot-
bow to you, Einstein.
I don't even try. The best I can do is what your next turn is going to be, and how do I make that as piss poor as it can be.
Okay, maybe one question I also didn't address earlier, maybe we would also... Boban says the last question, Domatas. Sure, brother, like 20 minutes left from the 2 hour and 30, God bless.
Hey, as Funny Yellow said, we got 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 15 minutes now.
How do you deal with stress? You're on some bigger event or whatever, like you can see even Skirmish's bigger event and you see like you're new or whatever, what would be your tips? Like how do you try to prepare mentally or whatever? It's still of course a card game, but a lot of people like you and me, I don't know about you, but I take it really seriously. I try, I spend my time and whatever, I try to have fun, of course. I try to do my best as far as it's possible, humanly possible, of course.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm a human. I feel bad when I lose. I feel good when I win. I feel bad when my opponent outplays me. I feel amazing when I outplay my opponent. I'm a human being that is subjective to all those emotions, as is everyone else on the planet. I would say, losses happen. If it was due to a mistake, try to analyze what that mistake was so you don't make it in the future.
Of course.
If you can't find a mistake that you made, maybe there was a mistake that you can review and find. If you cannot review and find that mistake, you can chalk it up to variance. You can chalk it up to fortune just not being on your side. Whatever makes you feel comfortable moving on to the next game, that's all you need. And if there's no next game coming afterwards, realize that it's not really that bad. It's just a game. There's things in life that matter more than this shit. If you're in a regional qualifier and didn't do well in the main event, there's side events waiting for you. You can still make more than your money back on the trip, farming medal cards. Just you have opportunities ahead of you. You have opportunities in front of you. Try and get those done instead of molding over what could have been.
Yeah, so the main point is to not bring negativity from the last game to the next, right? Something like
try
that.
And reset, drink some water, eat something, I always, for big events, for regional qualifiers, I try to have like some granola bars or some nuts.
Quick snacks.
Yeah, just throw a bunch of nuts in my mouth, lovely nuts, and...
Classic. Alan's like, hey, wanna take a picture? Sure, man, with your nuts. What? Nothing, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I got a bag full of them. You want some?
Coolest guy in the world. Me and Nereus come to him. I'm like, okay, Baban, please, one time in your life, please behave like a normal human being. Nereus is holding the camera. What a weird way to say monster. Casanova, please stay hydrated. I'm like, go up to him with a serious face. I have Baby Yoda t-shirt eating. I waited for him to eat, of course. Like, hey man, hey, what's up? Can we take a gay photo? He's like, what? In the same reaction, he says, what? A quick photo. No, man. Chillest guy in the world. I know he's putting an image or whatever. I don't know him personally, but looks like the most chill guy in the fucking universe. I don't know.
Yeah,
he looks maximum chill.
He's relatively chill. I mean, he obviously has a name to look forward to. He already has some sort of a reputation of being a really good player, and he is one. I mean, he used to be a Legends of Runeterra world champion, so
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, he came from that background. So did Prismat and Randy. Like all those people came from Legends of Runeterra. They were really good in that one, so it's natural they take one Riot TCG and go to the next one and be good. Prismat in general was actually really good in a lot of video games, like Heroes of the Storm. Black Survival was a MOBA and still is a MOBA, a Korean one. He was really good in that as well. The dude is just top tier gamer on everything he touches.
Okay, I had no clue about the background. Yeah. Okay, so they were prepared.
Yeah, okay. They're not just Joe Schmoes from
around the corner. Hey man, want some food to not starve? Yeah, go play with these cards, bro.
Exactly. No, these people put in the work, put in the hours, put in the effort. So much so, like even Randy tweeted out on Twitter that we know that Alan's gonna come back on Monday, fly back to Poland, and at 8 p.m. he's gonna write, okay, anyone want to do some testing? the dude is just a machine.
But how do you not lose the interest or whatever? Or do you think, in their opinion, it's not even game, it's just fucking work or whatever?
I don't know. I've never been on that level. I would not know.
Okay, because it's really probably hard to keep up the hype.
For me with Magic, the peak of my Magic was I was getting burnt out the fuck out of it. I was trying to do anything and everything to make it still fun and entertaining in some way. Otherwise, I just burn out and don't want to do anything.
Would you like to go pro here?
I would like to. I'm not gonna... I have way too many responsibilities as per se, where I cannot just go throw everything away and try to do it. Like I have debts, I have loans, I have the store to do things, like to do organizing with. I can't.
But if opportunity arises or whatever, would you take it?
If opportunity arises, I'd say why not. I'd rather try something and be okay. Well, I tried and didn't work out, rather than what it could have been if I would have went with that.
Okay.
Funny Yellow probably doesn't approve of that answer, but it is what it is.
Okay, so more intricacies about the game. How do you see the game? What's the difference between you and the guy who's playing the first time, or how do you see the game in general? For me, for example, I give a quick example. I started the game casually, like with some Volibear or whatever. And, it's a fine game. You remember my first
Yeah.
normal game was skirmish with Ahri. Dude pulls up. I go to fucking restroom. I come back. Hey, Babayan, I pulled some Timo. I'm like, who the fuck is that Timo? Everyone's like, Babayan, shut the fuck up. He's taking Timo home. The GG easy Timo or whatever. But was the game from origins to your liking, or you like more what it developed into with all the equipments, because you know a lot of backlash on the set number 2. Now we had the same conversation on your Discord, a lot of backlash on the legends, like so many legend and booster packs or whatever. What do you think? Is game going to the right direction to your liking or not really? How do you feel about it?
It definitely is. The game is definitely going to my liking. Set 1 was a lot of the same things, but in a different flavor. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, vanilla ice cream, but this time coated in caramel. Ooh, it's still vanilla ice cream. Like the decks were not that different from each other. All of the decks were kind of trying to do the same thing, but with a little bit of a different flavor. Now the decks are a lot more unique. Now the decks have a lot more of a unique plan. Even if you look at the similar color legends such as Teemo and Ezreal and Diana was good examples.
The gameplay is really different.
Yeah, all of them have a very different game plan. Sure, you can try to make an Ezreal an aggressive deck, or you can make Diana a control deck, but it's not going to be the optimal way or whatever. There's a lot of... There's some legends, for example, Draven, that allow you to have a very flexible game plan, and then there's some legends like Teemo or something like I don't know, Rumble, that
you just have to play by the book, right?
Yeah. There's a very on rails thing. There's a very specific thing you need to do, and if you're not doing that, you're probably doing something wrong. So there's a lot of variety now, and there's a lot of choice for the player on what sort of style they prefer, whether they prefer the freedom or they prefer the strictness. There's something for you, and I would say people would need to gravitate more towards that. Because you're always going to have a better result and a better time in general, and a more enjoyable experience playing something you enjoy rather than something that's good.
Okay. Would you able to determine the amount of time you need to spend on this game to learn it?
Not really. Everyone learns in their own different pace, and depending on how much time they invest. So I can't really say, oh, it takes 5 hours to learn or something like that.
Like whatever, play an hour or day or something. Like I forgot this when we're talking about the starter decks, right? You have this platform, you have the Atlas thing I didn't try. There are a lot of ways to practice it. Like I don't even see the problem, right?
Yeah. I mean, eventually, let's be real. Riot Games is Riot Games. They're a video game company. They're gonna make their own.
You think they will do it?
Absolutely.
Clip it, ship it, dude. It's like, but it's like money mine, no?
Exactly,
like with the arena.
Exactly. It's just free money lying right there for them. They don't need to even like do. Obviously, they understand. Like, look, I
do
know
you remember the
Riftbound...
beginning of? Sorry, do you remember the beginning of the Magic Arena with the Doomsayers?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the paper magic is doomed. Like, fuck, bro, it's done. Literally,
And
nothing happened.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, a lot of the Riftbound developers used to be or still are Magic the Gathering players, and some of them are Hall of Famers in Magic or ex-Magic developers.
Okay.
We literally have people like Paolo Vitor Damo da Rosa, Patrick Sullivan, people that have been like top 8 Pro
lot of
Tours
big names, yeah.
Not some Joe Schmo who likes cards. These are people that know how these things work, so they're gonna put the effort into it, and they realize, okay, online is going to be a thing, online is going to be popular, but it's going to be more popular with the casual public or as a testing tool rather than the main platform to make, you know, where Riftbound's going to shine.
Yeah.
They understand that the connection, the social element of card games is a lot more important to this, just the health of the game rather than having an online thing. And SketchTech, they did not confirm. No such confirmation is there out there. It's just talks of, oh yeah, this guy said something along those lines, but there's no official confirmation, you know. I can say, oh yeah, I saw a UFO flying over my building today, but doesn't mean the UFO did fly.
Hypothetically, right?
Yeah, possibly. Galime.
Okay. Do you feel people will still move more to the live gameplay or more to the?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because it's the social aspect, no?
Exactly. It fucking feels miserable to sit in a room and play Riftbound for 5-6 hours compared to sitting in a store and playing 5-6 hours with the boys, you know? For example, you spend how long? 5-6 hours in that skirmish. Would you have the same fun of an experience just sitting at your home and playing Riftbound on the simulator?
Are we
Probably not.
talking about the Jin guy?
Jin guy is a whole nother thing. That Jin guy is the soul of the room.
No, but it's the main point as for you, the organizer, you don't need to force people to do anything as long as they're depending on their own happiness, right? As long there are not a lot of rule shanking or whatever, like there are people who will be like that, but you cannot judge them, right? At the same time, they're
Exactly.
trying to play the game in their own fashion, so it's your responsibility to have fun yourself.
As long as your fun doesn't ruin the fun of others, it's all good.
Okay. So main misplays or main mistakes people make with this game, with like keeping or whatever, like what do they try to do or what do they make as a mistake? What do you think? What's the general problem?
Yeah, the big mistake is sort of the big two mistakes that are kind of tied together is scoring points when you don't really need to. So that's coming back to the rule of twos.
Yeah.
And keeping your units unsafe when you could have kept them safe a lot better. It's kind of the same thing. If you run into a location for no real reason just to get a conquer, just to get a score, but that unit will die, is there really a point in doing that? Because your opponent is just gonna take it back. They're gonna gain the same point that you gain. So you literally get net zero, so to say. You're just ending the game a little bit quicker. And you lost a unit, they did not. Obviously, you can have some, but I'll take it back. But are you guaranteed to take it back? Because you left yourself in a vulnerable spot.
Yeah.
And, it's sort of the sort of chess, I guess, sort of has a very similar thing where you can take their piece, but if they take your piece back, it's like technically, it's zero things happened in that sort of way. And sometimes you taking the first aggressive move is actually worse on the late game if you look at very big picture, very widely. But then again, that depends on your strategy, the decks, and so on. You can't just say, oh, it's always correct to do this and it's always correct not. But that's the number one mistake I guess the players do is they unga bunga their units a bit too often, and then they lose them, and then go like, I run out of resources, and my opponent started doing this stupid shit.
The question that really didn't come up, but should be the first question. Do you think the rules are too confusing, aka
Yes.
reading the card is not explaining the
Absolutely.
card?
Absolutely, yes. The templating is one of the primary things that Riftbound needs to work on.
Yeah.
So much so that they have even themselves announced that sometimes they themselves, amongst the two teams, one designing the cards, the other testing the cards,
Yeah.
they don't really see eye to eye and see
Oof.
things working differently amongst themselves. It's a thing they need to work on. The game's still half a year old. Like, let's give them a break.
Yeah.
Most of this shit was tested a year ago. Like, they learn their mistakes, give them time, improvements will happen. It's just that you need to wait it out. You can't expect them to solve the problems straight away when they booked the cards to be printed half a year ago.
Okay. I swear to God, last one, because Casanova says we will take 0-0 draw. Don't worry about it. We still have time. What's the future for this game, in your opinion? How will it fare? Because for me, as a subjective opinion, I fell in love. There is no more like I played, like I don't remember, 13 Seals of Blumborough during the night on Magic Arena. You build a perfect deck, you don't draw lands, you can suck a dick. There's nothing you can do, right? It's the same. What do you think? Because it was what's the saying in English? A breath of fresh wind, or the whole rune system or
Breath of
whatever.
fresh air.
Air.
That's exactly the same thing for me. I think the future is bright for Riftbound. It's obviously all a matter of what sort of improvements they do. As far as gameplay-wise is concerned, they need to make the rules more clear.
Yeah.
They need to make the rules more simplified. It's not a great experience when someone is completely, absolutely new and found the game, and you have to go them, oh, by the way, if you want to learn this game, go watch this 50-minute video. At this fucking generation and time that we are living in, watching a 50-minute video is the same as asking, oh, by the way, go build a house. It's fucking unreasonable. People don't really have the attention span, me included, to watch that thing in one sitting. So they need to that's the suggestion I gave them in Bologna, actually, to some of the devs. They need to make some sort of a shorter form content to teach the rules of Riftbound to newer players. Because right now there's only one really good video, and that's by, I forgot. It's Becca Scott doing the fucking video with other Magic or just in general nerdy influencers.
Yeah.
It's a good video. It has one mistake rule-wise in it, but they address it in the comments, which could have just fucking edited it out, really, and reposted the video. But it's fucking 50 or 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
No one really wants to sit there for this long to learn a board game, especially since it's a TCG and they're supposed to be easy to learn. And they themselves advertised it as one of the more newbie-friendly TCGs, and that's just not true. I'm sorry, but that's just
no.
So that's the big thing they need to fix. As far as new players are concerned, as far as the already established players are concerned, I think they're doing already a good job. Everything would just be nitpicking at this point. Okay. I think that they're doing a very solid job as is, and if they don't fuck up the regional play, which we don't still know what the regionals are, if they don't fuck that thing up, I think we're in good hands.
Riftbound in Lithuania. Will the stores unite? Will there be better communication? Do we have a bright future, or everyone will be playing for themselves? Like, I go to this store, I go there. What do you think?
See, on that one, I cannot say a goddamn thing since I cannot speak on the opinions of other stores.
Yeah.
I know myself, I care about the health of the community and I want to do as much for the community as I can.
Yeah.
And obviously that the community serves themselves in some way, for example, hosting 2v2 events and so on.
Yeah.
I know Crow's Nest is interested in cooperating.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do some collaborative events like store v store type sort of thing at some point in time, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. We'll speak, we'll organize something, and we'll collaborate.